Hello and welcome to my way of doing the Gate of Elidinis, the new boss. I was going to say guide, but I'm not professional enough to make a guide. Um, yeah. What do we need? What do we want? So stats. You want good mining, first of all. Um, you want pretty much every time that you tap your pickaxe down on the rock. Every time you swing your pickaxe at the rock, you want to be pulling a statue piece out of that. So if you need boost to get you high enough, I recommend a gargoyle familiar. I think Lava Titan also does mining boost. The Ring of Whispers stacks with that, gives an invisible +3 to your mining. And then mining potions. Currently, there's an event going on where if you've done this event, you get access to a skilling cauldron that buffs your skills. But outside of the event, you can also acquire super mining potions if you need the assistance to get to that level where you swing your pick, gain a statue piece every time. Beyond that, armor's pointless, or at least like traditional combat armor. It does typeless damage. That your defensive abilities can't do anything, so you can't resonance. Sorry for all the icons down here, none of them were relevant, other than dash and roll. Those are the only two things we use in the fight. Oh, and teleport out when we're done. Sorry, detracted information. The mining golem outfit might also help you to get to that point where you are swinging reliably. I'm waving my mouse around a lot. But if you're already at that point, you don't use the mining golem outfit, or you don't feel you need it to get that, achieve that result, the War Priest of Saradomin or Zamorak, both of those, they give this a total of 6% chance per piece equipped to reduce incoming damage. That, as far as I've found, is pretty much the only way to increase your survivability in the fight. Oh, and maybe the fire? I always do the bonfire because that's pretty much a reflex. Enhanced Excalibur, it's free healing. The defensive bonus that you get from it doesn't really do anything, but oh well. Beyond that, there's probably some prayers or curses you could use. Maybe Fortitude would help. I personally haven't tried it. I've not fully experimented, should we say. We're going to do 2 run-throughs of this. First one, I'm just going to show what we're doing, and then I'm going to explain why we're doing it. That's the statue. We're fighting that thing. It's going to become evil when we click on Good Dog to help. We're going to start out by starting the fight, and then we're going to gather some moonstone. We're going to get about 60 to 75 of these, and then we're good to fight. We're going to run over and repair this barrier thing. It reduces damage that we take. We like that, so we're going to keep it alive, and it'll keep us alive. So we're over here. We've gathered our 60 to 75 pieces, and it threw a bunch of rocks at us. We fixed the barrier, so every time we get bonked, the barrier is going to lose 30% of its strength, as long as it has some strength in it. I think at least 30 maybe. We take reduced damage from it, and also the corruption. So we've cleansed a corrupt shard of Elidinis resource deposit, and that has given us 10 stacks of corruption. So we're going to make sure to fully use this, tap it of all its resources. There's the bonk. It's going to do 1800 damage, or it depends on your max health, so there's no real avoiding that. If you're getting different damage numbers, it's because you have different max health to me. Like I said before I interrupted myself, we want to pick up all the cleansed statue shards we can out of a deposit before moving to cleanse another one. These jumping jack things are the other main mechanic that happens. Rotten Suffer has begun, Rotten Suffer, and Children Come to Me. Children Come to Me spawns a cat. Double click it, it goes away. It cost us 2 moonstone fragments, but we have enough for the fight for that. If the cat stays alive, it rapidly heals the boss. Don't let the cat stick around. Yep, the bonks are unavoidable. We can't resonance or anything, so we just take it to the face. If at any point you feel your health's getting too low, do the good dog thing, which I'll show in a bit. I can usually get these 3 resource deposits before I think about doing this, but Rot and Suffer gives you corruption if you get hit by it and deals about 3k damage. Don't get hit by it. That's if you're being overwhelmed by corruption and you are keeping on top of this, calling Ictharian for aid, you might be getting hit by the squares, so that's one of the ways that you end up dead. I failed to explain that mechanic, but I'll do it in the next run through. We wanted to do that, and now we're going to run back to Ictharian's safety bubble because we're going to get slapped for about 5k damage. We can do this while we wait. The slap for 5k damage also destroys our barrier, so we're going to go fix that up. And that's why we weren't keeping the barrier strength up to date, because I knew that the barrier strength, it can take 3 hits from 100%, and we will be dead before then. So in terms of we do this Ictharian cycle, yeah, words, I failed that. If that didn't make any sense, we get to choose when we trigger Ictharian cycle, so I know to do it before barrier strength gets all the way to 0. Anyway, you saw I started cleansing this because I was bored in the circle. If I was smart, I could have not done that, and I wouldn't have taken the multiple hits of about 60 damage that I was taking. Again, we're just going to avoid these things that might jump. Yeah, that will jump to us. Be patient. Don't think, oh, I can get some of this stuff out of here, or it might be worth it. It's not worth it. Get rid of the cat. Yeah, that just puts more corruption on us and also does damage. And the only way we can cleanse corruption is by throwing these statues at the gate, statue pieces at the gate. So as you see, we pick up about 10 just from cleansing a thing, and then we acquire 7 statue pieces, so we pick up 10 and then we cleanse about 14 plus more from the agility thing. I'll explain the agility thing in a bit. We don't quite have enough to defeat the boss. If you hover over it, you can see the faster you do the obstacle course with Ictharian's aid, the more damage you deal, and also the more corruption that you cleanse off yourself when you throw the statue pieces in. So we have enough to do this, so I'm just gonna come over here and wait. Our health is fine. The bonk cycle is not that fast, and the bonk cycle is the main way we take damage, so as long as we're not going to get ticked down by the 200 or so damage we were taking, we were good. We gained cash. Not the worst thing, but I haven't had much success with the loot from this boss so far. So that was, in brief, how I cycle through the boss. I do those 5 resource deposits, and it takes me about 2 cycles, quote-unquote cycle. We get to choose when we cycle the boss, when we do the Ictharian's aid and special button, agility course, all that stuff. And we do that before we run out of HP. When our health is looking a bit low, that we don't feel comfortable. Whenever you feel that is the case, and after it's finished its cooldown, just click the button, do the agility course, deposit all the statue pieces that you have built up, and then run back to Ictharian for the free top up on health, and then restore the barrier afterwards. If you're not fully cleansing your corruption from the statue when you run over to it, some suggestions. If you are running around cleansing everything this way and that and not fully depleting the resources, don't just stick to 1 resource deposit as much as you can. Cleanse it, then drain it, and then move on to the next one. The faster you do the agility course, the more damage you do to the boss, which is good, and also the more corruption stacks you remove from yourself. The big square avoid me attacks and the small square avoid me attacks, which if you're standing this side of the barrier, it throws at you. For that one, don't stand that side of the barrier, and for the big ones, avoid them. Practice avoiding them if you can, if you're struggling with that, and just remember, don't get greedy, be patient. This boss will die before you do, as long as you remember that you have a heal me back up to full button. I'm going to do another run through. I think I pretty much covered. If you feel you know what you're doing after that, then good for you. I run over to my bank chest and stare into it while my health recovers. You see we didn't actually use any sharks. The Enhanced Excalibur, I use that just to stick in the first cycle a bit longer. And I might need to cover up clan chat just because they didn't agree to be in the video, or they don't know I'm making a video, so I'm not gonna do that to them in case they want to keep their secrets a secret, posting in a public forum, whatever. Yeah, good dog. Start mining away. Make sure you pick up enough that you feel you're not being hard pressed. If you feel that you're running out mid-fight, you might want to increase your number from 60 to 75 to 100 if you need to. Just remember that you need the barrier strength up before you get before the first bonk comes in, but that takes a while. There we go. What else do I feel I want? What haven't I talked about? I did this recording once already, but my mic was blown out because I had the gain way too up way too high, so I'm not sure if I've covered everything. I feel like I have. Oh, the jumping jack, rotten decay things, they can only jump to nearby. They can jump from this one to this one, but they can't jump from, say, this one all the way over to there, so if there is nothing near you, you can rest assured that it's not going to come near you. If you feel that it might get to you in time, keep an eye on it, and if it does jump to yours, move away. Be patient. Don't get greedy and you won't get killed. Of course it lands on mine, but that means it's going to jump off, and you see nothing else was nearby to take its place. So that's good. Cat's going to turn up in a bit. There you go. There is a cycle to this. There's this yellow-orange bar is ticks before the next mechanic, and it does the bonk, which is what I call that, begone, and it does rot and suffer, the jumping jack, corruption. The cats turn up on a different cycle, I think. But they turn up on a consistent cycle, whatever that is. This is going to get jumped on. There you go. Three adjacent ones it was going to jump onto us. And remember that we want to keep our health up, and also don't go that side of the barrier until you're ready to jump on the pillars. Just because the corruption deals double damage on the other side of the barrier, and the bonks hit you harder on the other side. Be sure to run away back to the healing. We want to get that because I'm not sure if I mentioned it's about to deal about 5k damage to us and destroy the barrier. So that happens every time you do that cycle, even if you don't run up and damage it. As soon as you click the Ictharian's aid button, three things will occur: the pillars, which give you an opportunity to critically hit the boss; the healing circle, which is where you heal up to full; and the big bonk that will hit you for about most of your hit bar if you're caught off. If you're caught either behind the barrier with a depleted barrier, or just not in a good place to be hit. I don't know where I'm going with that. And yeah, you feel. I hope I'm conveying. I am talking faster than I usually do, but it's a pretty relaxed boss. Patience is the thing you're fighting here, nothing else. Get rid of the cat. Sometimes it spawns 2 cats, but that's fine, you just use 4 shards instead of 2 shards. Here comes a bonk. There's nothing we can do about the bonks, we just take it to the face. Which is a lot, in a way it makes it a lot easier than mechanics designed that, they're definitely gonna resonance and then reflect and then fucking prayer flick through it. Nah. Prayer flicking does not. There's no prayers that can do anything. There's no defense abilities that can do anything. Take it on the chin and just keep an eye out on damage numbers for when you are gonna kill the boss. And get good at jumping on the pillars, because that, you see, 25% increased corruption stacks from the fastest, and also 25% more damage, maybe, I think it was. And yeah, enjoy seeing chaos runes, cannonballs, and other quite frankly trash drops. Yeah, that's it from me. Thank you for watching. If this didn't help, I recommend finding someone who does a better tutorial, probably something scripted. But yeah, thank you for watching. Peace.